Hey Mouse, it's about time you showed up. The next rocket part to find is in Ventureland, but the projector screen is out of order. If you want any chance of making it to Ventureland, you're going to need to help him. My voice cracked him. I do it myself, but I want to see just how you'll handle the situation. Get to it! Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Epic Mickey. I'm Lady Gear to you, and today we're going to be going through Main Street. Yet again. This is what I meant when I said earlier on in this Let's Play that we're going to be seeing this place a lot. I'm just going to let you guys know right now that that the NPCs, the people who live in the town, they're going to have some different conversations with Mickey, depending on whether or not you use paint or thinner to defeat those spatters. And Oswald will also, you also get some different rewards depending on how you save him. I think either way you have to defeat spatters, whether or not you, because if you free him from the cage, he's going to disappear. But I think you're going to have to fight spatters anyway, even if you destroy the cage first. Anyway, let's go talk to Oswald. Even in the face of danger, you help those spatters instead of destroying them. Folks around here are taking notice of your good example. I found this power spark, and I think you deserve it. So this power spark, you'll only get it if you defeat those spatters with paint. I thought you would have used thinner and just melted them all. I probably would have done the same thing with those spatters. Uh-huh, sure. I believe you. Not really. That could have been really handy, turning spatters into nice guys. I think that's all he says about it, so let's go talk to Markus before we do anything else. Thank you for saving me, Mickey. That was scary, but I came out of it with a power spark to give you. So he found a power spark that we're gonna have to eventually give back to him anyway. So why doesn't he just keep the power spark to use on the machine rather than just give it to Mickey so that he could turn around and just give it right back to him? That's just kind of weird. Anyway, as usual, whenever we're going through Meat Street, there's going to be a lot of side quests that we're going to be taking care of. The first things first, we're going to talk to the Usher at the cinema so that we can get some rewards. This is the second cartoon from the theater that we can get. I'm just going to look over my notes real quick to see how many cinema reels we need for that. We need 14 cinema reels for the Mad Doctor cartoon, and we need 16 of them for the TV sketch capacity upgrade. So what we're going to be doing next is that we're going to be going over to Horace because we found the dog tags over in Tomorrow City, and there's also a couple side quests that he's going to give us. One of which is a Detective Mickey side quest, and another is an entirely different side quest that's not a Detective Mickey or whatever. Someone took a special flower from Clarabelle's window mill in Osstown. To some, it just seems like a stupid flower, but Clarabelle grew it, so to me, it's important. I can't really be around Clarabelle without getting clumsy. Would you track it down? I'd very much appreciate it. Check around our window for clues. One of my clients wants to know what happened to his cousin. He was supposed to return to Ventureland with the others, but never made it. If you're heading out, could you find out what happened to him? You found some dog tags? This is great news! Now I have a lead! You deserve a reward. I can't pay much right now, but I hope you will find some use for this power spark. Okay, so I guess they aren't really aware that they need the power sparks for the projector screens. At least Horace doesn't. Going back into Offtown, I just want to point out that that side quest that he gave us where we have to look for a missing pirate, that's pretty much the equivalent to the dog tag side quest. So there's a bunch of stuff like that where there's like Detective Mickey, there's a missing item, and something that you're gonna have to do in the next area. But before we do anything else, let's restore Animatronic Goofy. So now we have repaired Animatronic Goofy. I'm gonna point out that if you did not find his animatronic parts in Tomorrow City, that does not mean you cannot save him. If you did not find the animatronic parts in Tomorrow City, you can buy them at the Emporium in Mean Street, if memory serves correctly. But the thing is, the individual parts are really, really expensive. Like a single animatronic part will cost you 1,000 e-tickets, and we don't have that much right now. So objectively, you could go back and forth between the projector screens to get e-tickets that way, but it takes forever to do that, and stuff like that. So I recommend you just get the parts in Tomorrow City while you're there. Inside here is our Tizia's house. And this detail right here always made me sad how there's a bunch of bunny children in here and they look all depressed and stuff because they have no idea what happened to their mother. It's a really sad detail, especially for a Mickey Mouse game. And what Goofy is going to be pointing out right here is that this is Ortesia's locket. As you might recall a couple of videos back, where Oswald was talking about his long lost girlfriend Ortesia, who's pretty much Oswald's answer to Minnie Mouse. Um, Basically, this is the locket that he gave her, and we can either give this to Oswald, or we could give it to the museum for a bunch of e-tickets. Now, if you do not get the animatronic parts, he can trade in the locket for e-tickets and pay for the parts that way. Fast forward! Duh. Just like in Mean Street when we were looking for Horace's book, if you did not find if you did not paint in the footprints, then he is going to charge you some e-tickets to give you back the reward. You have Tercia's locket. How did you get into her house? It's been locked for a while now. Even I couldn't get in. Anyway, can I have the locket? It means a lot to me. Thanks, Mickey. Here, let me return the favor. So, what we get out of that is that we get a health upgrade. Just like in the Legend of Zelda series, over the course of the game, we are going to be able to upgrade our health so that we can, well, get more health. The thing is, though, unlike the Zelda series where you can, unlike the Zelda series where you get the health upgrade after you beat a boss, it's only at certain events does happen in this game, like returning the locket to Oswald, or you can even buy it at the ice cream parlor if you want to do that. On my thinner save file for this Let's Play, I did do that, where I bought it at the ice cream parlor, but on this playthrough I got the extra heart thing from giving Oswald the locket like we saw on screen. So the Bunny Children side quest, I don't think I've talked about this before. I probably did in the video, but the Bunny Children side quest will get progressively more difficult as the game goes on. What makes this side quest more difficult than the previous version is that with this one, there are more bunny children to find. Over the course of the game, the bunny children are going to get progressively smarter and will hide in more clever locations. Um, the locations themselves, I think it's random depending on the game, because on my thinner save file, all the bunny children were hiding hiding around the train station, but on this file they seem to be a little bit more spread out, so it might be random where they are. So if that is the case, just because the bunny children are in these locations on my game does not necessarily mean it'll be the same on yours. But you cannot deny the bunny children are really adorable. Hey you. These are the last couple bunnies, so let's return them to Big Bad Pete. You got enough of the bunny children on Main Street. Hooray! Clap for joy. Main Street is looking much better already. Thanks, Pally. Oh, here's your reward. Power Spark thing. And just like with Horace, Big Bad Pete has a couple side quests for us that we can go take care of. And also, just like before, if you do not get the side quests now, they are going to expire if you go into Ventureland. So you may be trying to come to his senses. Now, two of us Pete is smart. Things are looking up. Of course, having another Pete would be reward enough, but I suppose you can have this Power Spark. Come see me again. I'll have another job for you. And we get the Redeem Petetronic pin. Oh yeah. Phone! Sorry about that interruption. I had a phone call. Anyway, we have a new side quest. Have you seen Pete Pan lately? He used to be heroic like me. Yeah, he wasn't afraid to get in there and fight Hook, but lately he's just powerless. He makes me look bad. Do something about him, would you? That guy needs to get tough again and represent me right. So, Petetronic seemed the error of his ways. There's just one problem. You gave Petetronic the thinner treatment, and now you think I owe you something. So yeah, this is basically what happens if we defeat Petetronic with thinner. Well, I'll give you some e-tickets for at least stopping him from ruining my good name, but remember, I'm not happy about it. And we failed the side quest. Oh no! What are we gonna do? And the dialogue for the side quest confronting Pete Pan, not confronting him, redeeming him, it's also different if you defeated Petetronic with thinner. Can you do something about Pete Pan? Make him heroic again, you know, like me. He didn't used to be afraid to go in and fight Hook, now he just hides like a coward. He's making me look bad. Do something about his courage, will you? While I'm doing that, you want me to take care of his power and his wisdom? That was a lame joke. And as per usual, there's some collectibles at the Emporium that we can go buy. There's a special pin and a piece of extra content. You can also buy a capacity upgrade for the television sketch. You can do that if you want to. It's not really all that useful. It could be, but I've just never really found that I still don't have enough e-tickets. I've really got to save up for these e-tickets before I come into this place. Hooray for editing! Anyway, what was I saying a second ago? Oh yeah, you can get the TV sketch capacity upgrade if you want. I'm not going to do that simply because I just don't want to do that. So now that we've taken care of all that, we're going to go talk to Gremlin Markus, and normally, normally I would um, finish the video with us going into the projector screen, but I want to show you guys a little bit of Ventureland before we end off this video. Post commentary note. Originally, I was going to have this end the next video be one, but I decided against it because the final video, when I finished editing everything, ended up being 30 minutes long, so that's why I didn't do that. Now I get to work on the last projector screen. It might take a while. Take care. So let's go inside the projector screen. Oh yeah. It's exciting. And epic. And Mickey. It's Epic Mickey. For the Wii. Now we're in the projector screen. This song, I'm a little torn about it because sometimes I will love this song to death, but other times I just can't stand it. I have no idea why. No, I don't really get that feeling with a whole lot of other songs, at least not video game music. But I don't know. Right now, I'm just not feeling it. Unintentional, so taunt. Smash Brothers reference, whatever. There's a cinema reel right there, just like in the off-down projector screen. You're gonna be coming back and forth between this one a lot of times throughout the game. So if you do not get it the first time, do not worry. You're gonna get plenty of chances to get it throughout the course of the game. And now we're in Ventureland. Take a good long look. 'Cause it's the last thing you'll ever... I'm kidding. There's a lot of trees in this place. I wonder why. It can't possibly be because this is the jungle. Oh my god, it's me! So, after we get the vid tickets and the power spark and talk to me, we're gonna end this video off here. So, thank you guys for watching this video of Epic and Mickey, and until next time, leave it to you. Oh yeah.